home improvements. Some people they read a lot of books. Some a lot of the young people they play video games. So I'm curious what the two of you did.
I started my own small business
Uh
on Etsy and on Instagram.
I studied for the MCAT.
huh.
And I
Okay.
just kept studying until my master's and
So I think the two of you made very good use of your time. Because I've also heard people that say they just got fat. That's all they did. They just sat around and got fat. That was it. Because everybody, when you're locked down, you're wondering, oh, what are other people doing? Because you can't see them, you're not really communicating with them. So people I think would be curious as to what they were doing during the lockdown. So I think that's a very interesting thing to know, and I think it also sort of tells something about a person's personality as well. Because like from what the two of you have done, it seems like you are two people that are able to make use of your time wisely, and I think that's important in life.
that's the only real thing that we have.
Yeah. Is it? You've kind of talked about it before, but is it better to be single or married? And I ask you this question because during the lockdowns, a lot of people became domestically violent, and a lot of people actually end up getting divorced because of it. But at the same time, you look at the other side of this, a lot of people they feel very lonely because they're single. So I ask you this question: is it better to be married or single, and why?
I mean, I think it's very individual and each person is very different, so it depends on what you need. If you're better alone, then it's better to be single. But if you need a companion, then
Yeah.
Well, kind of the way I see it is like you said, everybody's different
Yeah.
and everybody does things differently.
Uh-huh.
So probably when the lockdown happened, everybody was like, high stress. And
Yeah.
they're not used to seeing their spouse for that long.
Yeah.
So they might be able to see, okay, maybe I'm not with the right person.
Uh-huh.
They finally realize like, okay, I like them because I come home to them and I'm only with them for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then in lockdown, you're actually spending like 12 hours of the day
Uh-huh.
with that person.
Yeah.
So you can really realize like maybe this person wasn't for me.
Right.
At the same time, there is really no excuse for domestic violence.
Yeah.
So if that's one of the cases, they should definitely seek therapy and
Uh-huh.
whatever it is that they need. But I don't know. I think that it's very individual. For some people, it might be better to be single.
Yeah.
But if you're feeling lonely,
Uh-huh.
that's not really a reason to get into a relationship either.
Yeah.
So, it's a very individual question.
Lighting here. What motivates you in life? I think you talked about it a little bit earlier. You said it was like people in your family having medical problems as well, right?
In general, it's just honestly becoming the best version of me.
Yeah.
Like,
what motivates me is the things I want in life. So my future, basically, looking at the bigger picture and what I know I want my life to be like. So
Yeah.
to get there, I know I have to be productive and do certain things now.
Okay. Is Facebook still relevant? I ask you this question because a lot of young people are saying Facebook is for old people. What do you all think about that?
No, it's not relevant anymore.
It's not relevant.
I don't really use social media. So.
Yeah. What do you think are some of the things that are turning you off about Facebook, or what are some of the things that Facebook is doing wrong?
I just think Facebook is more for the Hispanic market right now.
Yeah.
So like my family uses Facebook and I
Uh-huh.
get on there to talk to them.
Yeah.
But I think like Instagram is more Americanized, so that's
Yeah.
just what we use here.
Okay.
I just don't like social media in general.
Yeah.
Just because like everybody just posts like pictures that they're feeling good about.
Right.
So and there's such a motivation to just post something to get a couple likes or whatever, like get some comments, and everybody's just glued to that. And the instant gratification that they get from just one like, I don't think it's worth it, because you as yourself as a consumer of it, you're seeing it and you're feeling worse for yourself for like, okay, this person has a great body, but on the other hand, you don't see like, okay, this person's like working their ass off, but you only see the results, social media is just not for me.
So you said you don't really use social media. What apps do you all use?
Well, I use YouTube mostly, then Instagram, and then Snapchat occasionally.
I use YouTube,
iFunny.
iFunny. I do use iFunny. I like funny shit, funny stuff.
Now, y'all said before that you're part of a fraternity and sorority.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about some of the good things about being in a fraternity or sorority? Some of the advantages that brings to you?
You meet a lot of people and there's always something to do. So if you want to not be home all day, there's always something that you can do with someone. And connections.
I definitely grew a lot up socially, and I met my best friend through there. Like I still keep in touch with a lot of my brothers, so it's really good for social. And you also get to see a lot of different points of views, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different people. It's really good for that.
Okay. What do you think about the current state of Greek life right now? You think it's on the rise or on the decline? Is or about the same? Because I talked to some people from NYU. They said there's not a lot of Greek culture in NYU.
It's definitely declining, just because a lot of people are seeing it as like, when you think of a fraternity or sorority, you only think, oh, parties, getting drunk, like,
Or maybe even hazing.
hazing too.
Yeah.
Like debauchery.
That gets a lot of negative publicity.
Yeah, it gets, and when you're in it, you actually get to see like it's not all about that.
Right.
Like the media and like social media makes it seem all about that. But in reality, we do a lot of philanthropy work. We do a lot of work for each other.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more than just that. It's also a lot of networking, which people don't really see. They only see like tailgates and parties. So.
And from what we can see in this video right here, it can also bring romance and also maybe possibly marriage as well. So it does have its advantages, indeed. If you were making a video like this, what kind of questions would you ask the general public? What kinds of things do you want to know about the people out here?
What's the most important thing for them? What do they like to do? Like, what's their passion?
Right.
I would definitely ask one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to get dark, but I'm into mental health. And I would want to see how people are really doing inside other than what they're portraying to whoever's walking past them.
Yeah. Very good answer indeed. Now, do you make videos at all?
I tried.
You tried it? What happened? What was your experience like?
It's a lot of work. I learned that I like to record, but I don't like to edit. So it's just, I guess I didn't have enough dedication for it.
Yeah. Any positive responses that you got?
Yeah, I mean, my family was very supportive. My friends were very supportive, and I used to get good comments on my videos. So that was very encouraging. It's just that time, it wasn't the right time for that.
So it's not for everybody, definitely. Now, tell me about your biggest accomplishments in life.
That's a tough one.
That's a hard one.
Now, one of the common responses that I get is I'm too young.
You're too young?
I'm not old enough. Yeah, I'm not old enough to accomplish something big. But it could be something small, like winning a spelling bee. Or even winning a beauty pageant or something.
Okay. So I'll say my biggest accomplishment was getting past my social anxiety.
Uh-huh.
So I was very shy, I wouldn't talk to anybody,
Okay.
and now I'm standing in front of a stranger talking to a
Right.
camera.
Okay.
So I think that's a big accomplishment for me.
Yeah, it is.
For me, it's getting into a master's program and passing my MCAT.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, sorry. I had to take it 3 times.
Right. Oh, 3 times.
Yeah, I had to take
So
it.
you didn't give up. You had to like sort of be persistent.
Yeah, and the time before the last, I actually missed the mark by 1 point.
Really?
Yeah, it was this year, and I was really upset by it. And 3 weeks after, I chose to do it again, and I passed it with flying colors this time. I was very happy.
That's
so,
amazing. That's
yeah,
amazing.
so take
Congratulations.
that again.
I think anyone watching this video, that should give them hope, right?
Yeah.
Never give up. I think that's the message that everybody wants to hear. And I think that would definitely put a smile on somebody's face. Definitely. So what helped you overcome that social anxiety? Because I think a lot of people watching this video may have that problem. And like I said, I want to give people that have the social anxiety to be able to experience what it's like to meet somebody, what it's like to know about somebody. And they're probably asking that question. How did she get over that?
I mean, it's basically putting myself out there and realizing that whatever fear I have is not really going to happen. So I'm scared of saying something dumb. But what are the chances that I'm going to say something so bad that that person's going to get turned off by me and never speak to me again? So just realizing that fears often won't become a reality. I think that was the biggest thing.
Fantastic. That is very encouraging to a lot of people because I think a lot of people are just hiding, you know. They're hiding, they're on YouTube and they're like, man, I wish I could meet these people, but they just don't know how to get out of that shell. Now I'm gonna switch to another question. What kind of sites do you use and who do you follow? I think you mentioned Etsy before, right?
Yeah.
What else are some good sites out there? I get a lot of people telling me Reddit,
Oh,
a lot of people telling me you know, Twitter and stuff like that. What do y'all think is good out there?
Yeah, well, I got into Reddit when I was doing the MCAT because
Yeah.
it's honestly really good for like other people that are doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
Now the bad thing is that there's a lot of really discouraging people in there too. Like for example, there's some people that tell you, oh yeah, I have a 4.0 GPA, 528 MCAT score. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna be a doctor. And that's like the perfect scores for both, right? Or they have.
So they're setting the bar too high.
Yeah, they're setting the bar really, really high, and so like you feel discouraging, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I didn't get a 528, but I'm still gonna get it to medical school. And you know, it's one of those things that you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are going through the same exact thing that you're going through, but just because some people are succeeding doesn't mean that you should feel bad about yourself. You know? So yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who are watching this can give them hope, and I think more people should watch this and more people should hear your message, so that they don't get discouraged and say, well, you know, that's not for me. And I think I might have been one of those people, you know. I think I'm one of those people who say, yeah, it's just too hard, or, you know, they've already set the standard, but you have proven all those people wrong. So that is very good to know.
For everybody saying that, they should really listen to David Goggins. There's a book called Can't Hurt Me. It definitely helped me. It's on it's an audiobook. Definitely listen to it. Follow that man. He changed my life too.
That's great. That's great. So did he change your life?